Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. What I'm looking at is a beer from Spyglass Brewing Company out of Nashua, New Hampshire. This one is called Branch Prediction. It is a farmhouse ale with Phantasm. 6% alcohol by volume. It was canned about a month ago, so pretty dang fresh. So Phantasm, I didn't know what that was. I had to look it up, and it is um, it's a powder that they're putting in beer now. It's from New Zealand, and they extract this stuff from the Sauvignon Blanc grapes. So it's kind of like grape musk that you get, the grape musk that you get from a lot of beers, that type of flavor profile. They use it in a lot of IPAs, or they have been recently, and it's said to boost the tropical fruit aromatics in your beers, particularly IPAs. But it is from a Sauvignon Blanc grape. And I have had a lot of beers with the grape must in it. Never had Phantasm before. So I'm excited to try this one. And it's hopped. This beer is hopped with Paradigm hops, which is another hop that I'm not really familiar with. I don't think I haven't knowingly had a beer hopped with Paradigm. So you have Phantasm and Paradigm hops in a farmhouse ale, which is already, kind of a funky beer to begin with. So I'm pretty excited to see what Spyglass brings to the table with this one, because I love Spyglass beers. They always do such a great job brewing their beer. They put a lot of time and care into the brewing process over there in Nashua. So very excited to see how this one turns out. Let's go ahead and give it a pour. All right, it's actually kind of just like a hazy straw to golden appearance. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it may have a little bit of a purple hue to it, or a pinkish hue. I really had no idea. So it's like a hazy straw. The camera, once again, makes it look more orange, but the lighting in here is not the best at night. It's definitely kind of a hazy straw color. Nice two-finger, kind of a cross between a foamy and creamy head. And let's see what the aroma's like. So it's interesting. I'm getting a little bit of what I would consider like a grape must. Like, that's how I would associate the aroma that I'm getting, or describe the aroma I'm getting, because I've had a lot of beers with grape must, and this definitely has that type of thing going on. It also has a little bit of a Belgian yeast type thing going on. There's a little bit of like a clove, banana, bubblegummy type aroma. And there's a little bit of a funk in there that you get with like a farmhouse or a saison. Basically the same thing. That type of an aroma. So a little barnyardy funk. A little bit of that Belgian bubblegum, banana, clove. A little bit of that grape type note, fruity note. It smells very interesting and very good. There's nothing off with the aroma. It smells very pleasant. It's definitely unique. And I'm very excited to try it. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. Oh, wow. So the Belgian component comes right through. I'm assuming they use a Belgian yeast with this, because that's exactly what it tastes like. You're getting that Belgian yeast quality that only Belgian yeast provides. So it's got to be that. The Paradigm, no, I'm sorry, not the Paradigm, that's the hop. The Phantasm that they use in this is interesting as well, because it is providing like a fruity type note. It's like a deep fruity, what is it when you drink wine, like the tannins, or It's got a little bit of like a wine, like a white wine quality to it. It's hard to really describe because I'm not a big wine person. I don't drink a ton of wine, but it has a little bit of like a dry white wine thing going on with the flavor profile. There's definitely a grape component to that. The Belgian yeast, as I've already mentioned, feel with the banana bubblegum clove. And then there's a nice kind of spiced bread note. That barnyardy type Saison farmhouse ale characteristic is definitely coming through on the palate with this. A little bit of tartness with that. Nice head retention, nice glass lacing. Really a nice beer. 6% alcohol is non existent. I would say that the body is probably high light to low medium. It does have some pretty good substance to it. Nice effervescence, nice carbonation with this one. I would say the carbonation is probably medium as well. And on the finish, it kind of has that drying effect that you get with a lot of wine. There's a nice drying finish. So I think if you like white wine, or maybe just wine in general, I don't know. I'm not a big wine person, but I think if you like wine, you might be interested in this beer. I think if you like farmhouse ales, saisons, I think just in general, you would like this beer because it's an excellent representation of a farmhouse ale. There's just enough funk in there. The Belgian yeast type qualities are really popping. The extra oomph that you get from the Phantasm is nice. The hops on the finish, it's not really bitter, but there's enough of a hop bite to where it kind of dries out the palate even more, and the finish is not lingering at all. So as soon as you get done with that initial sip and swallow it down, you want to go right back in for another one. So it's very inviting, it's very pleasant, it's very, I would say, borderline sessionable, even though it's 6%. You could drink a few of these, I think, because it's just so delicious and thirst quenching and light and refreshing for what it is. And it's got enough complexity to really get you thinking and get you talking. So it'd be a good one to share with friends for sure. Mm. It's really an excellent beer. Look at that glass lacing, folks. Really beautiful. I'm going to go with a 96 out of 100. I think this is a solid A. Spyglass hit the nail on the head. They usually don't disappoint. Like I said, they do a lot of the New England style IPAs, but they also do great sours. Uh, Obviously, they can make a fine lager. I did a review of a lager earlier. And this farmhouse ale is very interesting, unique, and delicious. So 96 out of 100 for the Branch Prediction Farmhouse Ale with Phantasm and Paradigm hops. Buy it, try it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Till next time, everybody. Cheers.